Hi, good afternoon, guys. So my name is Evelyn Olbido, BSCA, third year. So this is my report. Is all about evaluating alternatives. Production unit have an optimal rate of output for minimal cost. Average cost per unit, minimum average cost per unit, rate of output, minimum cost. Minimum cost and optimal operating rate are function of size of production unit. Average cost per unit, small plant, medium plant, large plant. So, magdepende gani siya kung small ba siya, small, medium, o large. Kaya naaman na sila lain-lain differences. Reason for this economics of scale include distribution cost increase due to a traffic congestion of shipping from one large centralized facility instead of several smaller decentralized size facilities. Complexity increase cost, control and communication become more problematic. Inflexibility can be an issue. Additional level of bureaucracy exists, slowy decision making and approval for changes. The challenge of planning services capacity. While the foregoing discussion related generally to capacity planning for both goods and services, it is important to note that the capacity planning for service can present special challenges due to a nature of service. Three very important factors in planning services capacities are need to be near from customers. So kinahanglan siya before ka mo kuan mag-consider jud ka kung unsa imong target customer para makabaw ka og asa nimo ibutang ang imong store or shop. And ability to store service. So kinahanglan siya na mo siya i-consider degree of viability demand. So kung demand ba siya ang imuhang product or service, demand ba siya sa usa ka society para dali ra siya mahalin or para dali ra sad ka makaginansya dayon. Evaluating alternatives, an organization need to be examine alternatives for future capacity from number of different perspective. Most obvious are economic consideration with an alternatives be economically feasible, how much will it cost, how soon can we have it, what will operating and maintenance cost be, what is the useful life be, it will be compatible with present personal and present operation. So kinahanglan na mo siya i-consider sad kung pila ang imuhang puhunan, kung pila before ka mo-build na pila ka months or pila ka weeks siyam kay para dayon makabawi ka sa imuhang sa imong puhunan. So kung kinahanglan ba siya sa tao, dapat mo consider sa gaana. Cost volume analysis. Cost volume analysis focuses on relationship between cost, revenue, volume of output. The purpose of cost volume analysis is to estimate the income of organization under the different or operating condition. It is particularly used still as a tool for comparing capacities alternatives. Use of the techniques required identification of all costs related to the production of a given product. These costs are then designated as a fixed cost or variable cost. Fixed costs tend to remain constant regardless the volume of output. So ang kani siyang fixed cost bisag unsa pa kadako ang ang iyahang output is that same ra gihapon siya. So example include the rental cost, property taxes, equipment, heating and cooling expenses. So kana siya. And certain alternatives costs, variable costs vary directly with volume of output. The major components of variable costs are generally materialized and labor costs. We will assume that the variable cost per units remain the same regardless the volume of output. So ang katong giingon nga ko dapat bisag unsa pa kada ko ang cost niya is that same ra ang volume of output. All costs can be solved. Table 5.4 summarize the symbol used in the cost volume formulas. The total cost associated with a given volume of output is equal to sum of fixed costs that the variable cost per unit times volume. TC equals FC plus VC. VC equals Q times V. When variable cost per unit, figure 5.5a showed that the relationship between volume of output and fixed cost, total variable cost, and the total cost revenue per unit, like variable cost per unit, is assumed to be the same regardless the quantity of output. Total revenue will have the linear relationship to output. As isolated in figure 5.5b, the total revenue associated with a given quantity of output is Q is TR equals R times X times Q. So that will be all. So naapay next mo report nako. Thank you for listening.